on 95.3 FM in Windhoek, Desert Radio. The Bold Voice.
Now, for this next conversation that I'm going to get into, I want you to consider if you've ever experienced the emotional distress that comes with encountering a newborn baby dumped in the middle of nowhere. Think about that scenario. What would you do if you were confronted by such a situation? Would you consider adopting such a baby? Who do you call? And what would you do next? If all of these are questions that you would ponder no more, because in studio right now, we are joined by Abisai Sheetekela, who has faced it all. And I'm sure that you read the story last week in the Namibian when he found a little baby girl. Right? Little baby girl among the bushes, he just stumbled upon this baby and it was quite a touching story. Abisai, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Now, I think that scenario and even just, pondering those questions, it's not anything anyone would ever think would happen to them, right?
You can say that again.
Honestly, you would never expect something like that to happen.
Yeah.
So, on your end, please just talk us through what you felt the moment you came face to face with this little baby girl who you've now named Miracle.
Yes.
Yeah. Out of nowhere, what was the situation when you found her?
It was on a Tuesday midday. I was coming from school. I saw my friends. They were standing by the bush where the baby was. I asked Asha, a friend of mine, a colleague, that was standing there. I asked him, what is there? He told me it's a baby. I came close to see if it's real what he's telling me. So I came close. I saw there's a baby lying on his
chest.
On his chest.
Yeah.
On her chest, actually. It's a baby girl. I walked around the baby. I noticed that there were 3 fingers missing on the right-hand side. At first, I didn't want to pick the baby up. But, if you have a kid, believe me, if you have a kid, you will not leave that kid there.
Yeah.
So I called my mom. She's a police lady. She said, no, don't touch the baby. It's a crime scene. Then I told her, no, the baby, there's ants all over the baby. And she lost 3 fingers. And then I just decided, let me just pick her up. I picked her up. They were busy trying to stop the city police car. The city police car just drove by. We stopped the Ministry of Health, Quantum. And then at the same time, that's when the police showed up at the scene. We took the baby to Central Hospital, me and the driver of the Quantum. The police was following us, escorting us to the hospital. We got to Central Hospital. They took the baby, they washed the baby, and then they gave the baby back to me to take the baby to Katutura Hospital. We took the baby to Katutura Hospital.
All right. And, I cannot imagine the wave of emotions that you were feeling in that moment. Like, what was going on internally? What was on your mind?
Before I picked that baby up, when I got to the scene, you can literally see that the baby was born there because everything was there, was right there. And the baby was on the other side.
So everything like umbilical cord, all of those? Okay.
Yes, everything was there. So for me, I looked at this baby and I could see that the baby is still moving. The baby is crying. You can imagine those goosebumps going through my whole body.
Yeah.
Picking her up, wrapping her in the cloth that was there, in a brown pillowcase. I wrapped her in a brown pillowcase. And I don't know, for some reason, I just started, I got so emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine. And I mean, since then, I can imagine like going through the entire process, right? From picking up the baby, discovering the baby, taking the baby to Central, having to go to Katutura. You are now at this point also interacting with this little life,
Yes,
right? And
yes,
I'm sure the
yes.
baby is looking at you, is cooing, is crying. And I guess it was in those moments that you yourself grew this attachment to this baby that you just found. And you've ended up opting to adopt her. No, not adopt her. Yeah, you can correct me on that part because
Okay,
I
okay.
think that's what the article had said at the time. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Um, Adopting the baby, it's a process. There's a process. Adopting this baby, I don't think so it's gonna be possible. Because if I have to adopt this baby, I should be married. You should be a couple to
Adopt.
adopt this baby.
Okay.
So I don't think so that will be possible. I will only be watching her to whoever they are going to give her. The new parents.
Okay.
I will only be observing her from a distance.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
And in your current situation, are you able to take on that responsibility? A baby is expensive, it's a very big financial commitment to make.
Yeah, I have one. I have a daughter that is 1 year, 6 months.
Okay.
So having her around was not really that much a problem though. I've learned to love her, be there by her side. Ever since the first day she was born, I've been there. Yeah.
And then in terms of, during this period, right, while you are caring for Miracle until such a time that a new home is found for her, are you getting any assistance, health ministry, social services? Is anyone trying to help you out while they find a placement for her?
Health ministries and stuff. No, it's only people calling.
Okay.
They want to donate clothes. They are calling me. They want to donate money, but I told them no, they cannot donate money to me because I don't have Baby Miracle in my present. So that one I will find out today, I think, and then I will be able to get back to them with such an answer like where can they donate and where can they support the baby from.
And then, as a new father yourself, I just want to get your view on, the issue of baby dumping, which is something that Namibia is struggling with currently, right?
Yes.
And, just what are your thoughts around that? I mean, the circumstances for someone to get there, to make that decision to leave their baby, it's so complex, it's so convoluted. There's a lot that's going on. So
True.
what are your thoughts and your views on that?
For me personally, I think carrying the baby for 9 months and later on dumping it, what comes through that person's mind? Sometimes we the guys, we led to that. Because if you give the person attention, the whole attention that she need, believe me, she cannot dump the baby. Doesn't make sense after 9 months. Why carry it for 9 months and throw it away after 9 months? For me, sometimes I feel like if you don't want the baby anymore, after 9 months, you decide like you don't want her anymore, you can go to the hospital and leave her at the hospital. Believe me, no one will question you. If you leave her at the hospital, they'll question you, but they won't arrest you. Because if you dump her, that's another scenario.
Yeah.
They definitely we're gonna hunt you down.
Yeah.
But if you leave her at the hospital, they will just question you for that moment and let you go.
Yeah.
They won't do anything.
And then in the long term, right? Like, how do we address this? What would be the best mechanism for Namibia to adopt to kind of mitigate these instances of baby dumping? How do we resolve the issue?
From my side, number one, I'm not really supporting abortion though.
Okay.
Because they are contraceptives. Rule number one, do the right thing and then the right things will always be right. So if you are not ready for a baby, it's better you use contraceptives. And if you decide like you are ready for a baby, you have to carry him for 9 months and then he's going to be yours. That's what I think.
Yeah. And then lastly, Abisai, as we begin to wind down, I just want to check in with you and see how you have been coping since, all of this happened. Mentally, I can imagine the trauma of seeing a baby in that state. So how are you taking care of yourself? How are you feeling?
That Tuesday, where everything happened, that Tuesday, I actually thought everything is fine. But when I got home, that Tuesday, when I got home on Tuesday for my dinner now, to take my dinner, the moment I just opened the pot of meat, can imagine, I literally had to close it because the smell started disturbing me.
Okay.
The smell, it's smelling good, but it's disturbing me. I could not try to look at meat, red meat, or any sort of meat.
Yeah.
So, but today, as we speak, I'm feeling all blessed on a Monday. Yes.
Yeah. And then, going forward, just as we close off, and I'll ask you some unrelated questions just after this, but going forward, do you intend to, even if baby Miracle is placed with a different family, do you intend to remain present in her life as she grows up?
Yes, I have to.
Yeah,
I have to. I definitely have to.
Yeah. In what capacity? Uncle? What is she going to call you one day when she's big?
I don't know. She'll probably call me uncle. Yeah, she definitely have to call me uncle because she will be given away to another family. So those family, they will be her biological parents now.
Yeah.
So I'll be her uncle.
Okay. Well, Abisai, I mean, really good on you. That was a very good Samaritan move that came from the bottom of your heart. And I think that that's something people will definitely remember you for a while.
Yes.
And then before I let you go, you'd also mentioned earlier to me some new music. You are a musician as well.
Yes, no? I do some music,
Okay, tell me a bit about that.
They say you need 10,000 hours on the mic, but I think I've been around the mic for more than just 10,000 hours.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I've been around the mic. I haven't been doing music. So music started exactly, music started 2021, early 2021.
Okay.
Whereby I dropped my first song. It was Oveshiveli.
Okay.
But this year, I'm actually planning on dropping the whole album this year.
Okay.
But I'm not sure just when yet.
Okay.
So I'm still underground.
Okay. And then what genre of music are you into?
Afropop.
Okay.
Afropop.
So Afrobeats. And then you go by?
I go by Slowtown.
All right. Well, you have given us a few of your tracks that we're going to take a listen to now. So for anyone who isn't acquainted, this is the artist Slowtown, who we've been talking to in the capacity of his personal being. That is Abisai Sheetekela. And he was just talking to us a little bit about, an incident last week, Tuesday, that changed his life and saw him stumbling upon a newly born baby girl that was found in some bushes. Now, he has, taken care to assist her. She was taken to the hospital and currently is waiting for placement with a family. Abisai, thank you very much for joining us this morning.
You're welcome, man.
And now we'll get into some music from Slowtown himself. And I'll get this one started for us, and then perhaps you can just talk us through, what the song is about, what is being said, what is going on. And let me see here what we can do. Okay. So I don't know the songs like you do. I don't have their titles.
Yes.
But yeah, you can tell us a bit. I don't know if you can hear this. You try put on these headsets. This is the first of 3, and you said they're not on an album yet, eh? I hear chocolate.
Oh, this one. This song was last year Easter weekend.
Okay.
This is last year Easter weekend. We recorded this song at Double MP.
Okay.
In Greenwell. From 12 o'clock to 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
But that's most usually when the creativity flows for you creative guys.
Yes.
Okay. And what is it titled?
This one is All Over.
All Over.
Yes.
All right. So this is one of the songs from Slowtown, and that is Abisai Sheetekela, and we'll be listening to a few more of his tracks. And as he said, we can expect an album very, very soon.
Yes.
Abisai, thank you so much for joining me this morning.
You're welcome, man.